Greetings. Welcome to Limitless Alchemy 808. I'm Patience. So the title of this video just came to me after all the downloads that I've been having recently. And it's just, this is actually the second recording of this topic, because the recording I made earlier, I went off on a random tangent, and I think I'm gonna stay a little more focused this time. But look like shit, feel like money. Excuse me. It's all just having to do with how we perceive reality in the 3D, that seeing is believing. And, if you can believe it, you can achieve it, right? That's manifestation, but also I feel that they just all tie in together, because when we see others achieving what we believe for ourselves, we could either take that as confirmation of the possibility for us, or we can take that as competition, comparison. But what I have been receiving downloads about is that the purpose of our existence is to see what we feel, what we know. So we're seeing in the 3D what we feel and what we know in the 5D, because the universe is limitless, boundless, impossible, inconceivable, and unbelievable. All of that is reflected into the 3D for us to see, for us to believe, for us to conceive, for us to have possible. Like, even this video, I was a little bit worried about you not being able to see me, but then I remembered you can feel me. You can feel my energy. This is an energy exchange, and I thank you for taking part. I'm so grateful that you're here. And that is just culminates everything for me. I mean, earlier I was reading to my youngest a Minecraft official, well, it's not canon, but it's a Minecraft authorized story. It's a chapter book called Castle Redstone, and in there, one of the characters was telling the other character, thank you, universe. She was telling the other character about one of their, I don't want to go into all the dynamics, but the one character, they were being paraded around a village because they happen to be a son of the village's hero. And they were celebrating, and the other two characters were considered his servants. But anyways, even though they weren't, one was, but anyway, like I said, I don't want to get into the dynamics. And see, there I go on tangent. But anyway, the one character told the other one that was, bitter about everything. She was like, he's loving what he's, she said that home is a feeling, it's not what you see. So home is not what you see, it's what you feel. And it's just like, wow, thank you for all the synchronicities and confirmations, universe. It's just so amazing. All the messages that are there if you're open to receiving, if you just look for them. So I was watching My Lottery Dream Home last night, as I tend to do pretty much every night before bed. I love watching others get homes of their dreams via their lottery or inheritance funds. And the one woman, her mother had passed, and after her mother had passed, the inheritance from her parents, both her parents, came to her, and I guess it was quite substantial, which, you know, can happen. And so they lived in Louisiana, wanted a house with open water view, and the first house that they went into, which I didn't think it was a very pretty house. I thought it was quite weird design, but to each their own, you know, whatever. They were happy, but because they ended up picking that house. But when she walked in, she just kept exclaiming how much she was loving what she was seeing, that she was so happy with what she was seeing, and that she couldn't believe what she was seeing, and she was just getting very emotional. And you know, it just came to me that seeing creates a feeling, right? Seeing creates feeling, but feeling also creates seeing. And that is manifestation, right? It's more, and I just, with all the videos out there about manifestation on YouTube, there's just a lot of contradictory things, right? Which is great, because to each their own, every way is the right way. But there's one man, Mark Houghton, which I watch quite often, I believe. Is that the one that I'm remembering that said this? I may cut this, so sorry. Let me remember. Oh yes, it was Mark. He said that you can manifest with the conscious mind. So basically, you're unconsciously manifesting because you're consciously manifesting by thinking, by focusing on it, but the subconscious is what actually brings your manifestations to fruition. And that conscious manifesting is hard to sustain because you're using so much energy. Okay, that's what he said, that you're using so much energy to manifest that it can be difficult to keep that energy up. So utilizing the subconscious to manifest, because again, it controls what, 97 or 98% of what we see, the projected experience. And so that is why, subconscious manifestation is more viable, because you don't have to use your conscious energy. And then that just brings about to me how people who are unconscious, unaware, that we're manifesting in each and every moment. So for me, that's people who view life as happening to them. Whereas those of us who become aware, who become conscious of, the fact that we are manifesting in every moment, creating reality for ourselves, creating the experience for ourselves, that oh yes, that is life happening for us. I'm sorry, I'm just like really enamored with all these beautiful clouds that I'm seeing. There's even a heart. Oh my gosh. That is so sweet. And then it kind of looks like a crocodile. Wow, that is so cool. I just love clouds. But yeah. So it was just a lot of let me drink some water. Sorry, cottonmouth is kind of annoying sometimes. But anyways, it's just amazing how everything ties in together and how all of this exists in such a balance, such a finite balance, that should one thing even be a smidgen off, who knows what could happen. But we don't worry about it because we know we're in control. We know that we are the creators of what we're experiencing. Yes, surrender and trust the flow of the universe, divine timing. Yes, yes. Those are cornerstones of life. It's more so when they say give it up to a higher power and everything. I feel like it's more so that you're part of something greater, but that you are that greater. You are that greater. But you're part of it because there's other parts to the greater. So all the iterations, all the people that exist around us. So giving it up to a higher power is, the higher self, the collective conscious, the oversoul, as Bashar calls it. But so since we're in the 5D, creating all these realities that we want to be reflected into the 3D experience, that is the feeling, that is the believing, that becomes the seeing. And it's just something I've said before in another video, where the point of our existence is to show ourselves what we can create within these physical confines. And then you hear about people who work miracles, miracle workers. And I definitely can say I've worked quite a few miracles myself. I don't compare myself to anyone else, you know. I only appreciate the confirmations of possibilities that others show me. I used to be someone that would compare a lot, and there are times when that thought will pass through here and there, and that's fine. I just say, hey, nice knowing you, bye. But how everything ties in together, the seeing, the feeling, the believing, and the knowing that you are money. You may look like shit, but you feel like money. And that's all that matters. Because everything is so illusory. Your eyes can play tricks on you. Your mind can play tricks on you. So it all doesn't matter. Something I heard from another YouTuber the other day that I really was like, yes, this is what I've been thinking of. She mentioned that she stopped aging 20 years ago when she started looking to the future. She said that we're always going forward. Excuse me. Staying hydrated keeps you abundant. And just tell yourself the amount of water that you're drinking is the best for you and keeps you the most hydrated. But she said that, you know, we're always going forward and not looking to the past too much. Dwelling in the past is actually what ages us. And that's what I was thinking to myself, was that the old earth wants us to hold on, to cling, to yearn for the past. Because if you're constantly looking back, you have no idea where you are and you have no idea where you're going. The first rule of driving is not to stare in your rearview mirror, because then how will you know what's coming up, what's coming ahead? So old earth really pumped up nostalgia. I mean, especially when I was a child, the 50s. Oh man, growing up being a toddler in the 80s, a kindergartner in the 80s, you know, you saw all the 80s revivals. And I do listen to the Smiths. I love the Smiths. But you know, there was the rockabilly revival, and even in high school, I got into that. But anyway, I used to say that I was born in the wrong decade, that I should have been born back there. No, I transcend time. I've lived innumerate timelines. I live innumerate timelines. I'm in the place where I should be, in the time that I should be there. And so are you. Don't ever, it's FOMO. It's that whole, old earth wants you to have FOMO. Fear of missing out. But again, there's nothing that can pass you by that is meant for you. If it's not meant for you, but you wanted it, don't worry. Something greater is coming along. Something greater is right there, right in front of you. You just gotta look ahead. But those were things that I definitely released. I mean, I used to also say that I would sleep when I'm dead, but now if I'm tired, I take a nap and I don't feel bad about it. Because that is what I require in that moment, so that is what I'm gonna do. And anything else that comes up after, well, then I'll take care of it when I get to it. There's no rushing, there's no time running out. We just had daylight savings on Sunday. And that really messes me up quite a bit. I'm working on not living in that timeline anymore, but in this current moment, it definitely affected me. You know, neurodivergency. We already have a weird relationship with time. And to just fiddle with time like that is just, it's silly. And there's no sense in it. But to shake things up, to fuck with you, I guess. But, you know, old antiquated modalities, old thought forms are falling away. The newness is coming up. The newness is springing about. And we have the full moon coming up on Friday. It's already looking pretty nice, so. And the moon is all about illusions. The moon card in the tarot is illusion energy. Things that are hidden. But I don't know, just like sitting here hanging out with you. But I know that this video found you in the perfect moment, in the perfect place, and that has given you the perfect confirmation of all the things that you've been thinking. When it comes to the past, yes, we should remember it so as to not repeat cycles, especially toxic cycles. I mean, if the cycle serves you, sure, repeat it. If not, leave it where it lies. I can definitely say from time to time, I do like to go back and revisit with certain people in the past. Especially with my eldest when he was younger, because I was working so much. I missed out on a lot of playtime with him, and I'm not upset or regretful about it. I did what I had to do in those times. But it's just nice to go back and see him when he was little. But I don't live there. It's definitely not somewhere that I like to stay. I'll just go pop in once in a while and remember certain things, but I'm not there. I'm not in the past. I'm here now, going forward. And I'm just so grateful that you're coming along. And I probably am going to edit this video in a way, in certain segments. I don't know, we'll see. Or maybe I'll just upload it like this. But I'll see you in the next one. Stay soft, stay sweet, and stay pure. Love you.